So the peafowl, or more commonly known as the peacock, is only found in a few places in the world. There are free-roaming flocks in Miami, Florida. There are many in the Indian subcontinent and also in the province of Yunnan in China. Now, the particular species that we have here in CTTV is the Indian blue peafowl, known as the Pavocristatus, of the family Zionidae. That's the pheasant family of the order Galliformes. Now, while in the scientific community, Pavocristatus is known to be monotypic, that is, it has no subspecies, here in CTTV we have discovered a new strain of peacock that we feel deserves to be called its own subspecies, and we have accordingly named it Pavocristatus triticus. Now, you may ask, what makes the triticus so special, as in so that it's its own subspecies? Well, for one, peafowl are known to have extremely small brain masses, on average about 8 ounces. Now, the Pavocristatus triticus has a medulla oblongata more than 4 times the size of a normal average male Indian blue peafowl. This increased oblongata size results in spike levels of aggression and fighting, while the triticus has been known to attack rabbits, foxes, birds, and on occasion even bear. There have been very few reports of attacks on humans, though here in CTTV, visiting tourists sometimes are unfortunately attacked while they attempt to take pictures of the triticus. Now, besides the increased brain mass, the triticus also has developed a very interesting optical defensive mechanism. Peacocks are known to have very nice iridescent hues in their plumage in the upper tail coverts. This is caused by periodic nanostructures in the barbules, the feather-like components of the tail feathers, and this causes an optical interference phenomenon known as the Bragg reflection. Now, in the Pavocristatus triticus, the periodic nanostructures are completely differently placed than as compared to a Indian blue peafowl. This results in combination with a different type of pigments that we have not yet identified. In combination, this creates an effect known as the Fabry-Perot interference, which causes a spectrum of light which in full sunlight reflected can cause the complete petrification of an adult male in about 2 seconds. Yes, they are turned into stone. We've had maybe 7 or 8 cases of this in the past year, unfortunately, where unwary faculty members have stared at the peacock while in full sunlight. Now, the optical defensive mechanism is not the only interesting part of the triticus. During mating season, peacocks are known to emit a high-pitched cry, its mating call. The triticus has evolved so that its mating call resonates with the matching frequency of the resonant frequency of a human eardrum. This causes amplified harmonic motion, and in effect, it shatters the human eardrum. Right now it's wintertime, I believe it's December. In around March or April, when the mating season begins, these cries can be heard all over the facility, and members are forced to walk around with huge noise-canceling earphones to prevent deafness. Another defensive mechanism that has evolved that is unique to the triticus is the extremely long metatarsal spur in the foreknuckle of its claw. Now, all male members of the Galliformes order are known to have metatarsal spurs, but the triticus has evolved so as its spur or thorn or claw is more than 2 inches long and is completely retractable, much like those of a cat. Now, when provoked, this can result in death. Yes, several faculty members have unfortunately been gutted while attempting to feed the triticus, and it is something to be very wary of. However, the most interesting part, the most amazing part of the Shiticus is that it has evolved so that the sulfur dioxide compounds in its excrement form in such a way that its molecular structure is extremely similar to sulfuric acid, only 10 times stronger. So the excrement, when stepped on, can penetrate and melt through a 2-inch rubber sole in about 5 seconds flat. It's extremely dangerous, and samples have been collected, but we so far have found no ways of neutralizing it or mimicking it. Now, you might notice a lot of excrement tracks on the concrete flooring around our facility. So far as we have observed, this sulfur dioxide compound has no effect on the concrete, but there has been no conclusive results from our testing, and so we cannot be sure about that. And we have numerous teams around the facility to clean up these very dangerous residual excrements. And there are about 6 or 7 more defensive mechanisms that, if I were to go on about them, would take maybe an hour to describe. But in short, those are the main characteristics that define the Shiticus. And so there you have it, the Pavlocristatus Shiticus.